Hello everyone. So one of my longest friends on YouTube and Twitch, The Ugly People Show, I'm going to be linking all the stuff down below just because, asked me to look at Batman in 1989. And the more I thought about it, I was just like, why do I not want to watch this? And then I realized why. It's because I was scared that if I rewatched it, my opinions would change. But I was just like, screw it, I'm going to watch it. So here is my discussion review of Batman 1989. Batman 1989 starts off with a family exiting the theater, trying to look for a cab. They can't seem to find one, so they go into an alley where they encounter two robbers. Oh, do you think this is the origin of Batman? Nope, it's not actually, but Batman shows up, kicks their asses, and tells one of them to, tell other people about him, apparently. Because Batman is sort of treated like he's kind of a legend or a myth because the police don't really want to talk about him. Talking about police, the main person saying that Batman is a myth also is a corrupt cop who encounters a person by the name of Jack Napier and then pays him off and all that junk, which, great cop work there, not gonna lie, very good. We can get back to this Jack Napier character later. I don't know if he's gonna show up. I don't know. We kind of diverge over to the GCPD where we follow Vicky Vale, a recent photojournalist who has come into Gotham looking for the Batman. She is accompanied by Alexander Knox, who is a reporter who's been working in Gotham for a very long time. The two of them decide to go to a party that is being held by the wealthy billionaire Bruce Wayne, where they encounter him, and Alexander apparently he gets a grant, which cool. While at the party, the police commissioner, Commissioner Gordon, gets told by one of his cops that someone has recently broken into the Axis Chemicals. Who was this? Oh, it was Jack Napier. Yeah, his boss sent him there, but the boss is actually setting him up because the boss noticed that Jack was staring at his girl. That's it. That's why you're gonna set up your main guy, because that's great. You know that shifty lieutenant from earlier? Oh, he's there. That guy, the detective earlier? Yup, he's the person who's about to kill Jack, except he fucks it up in the greatest way possible. Gordon shows up, tells him not to shoot at Jack, keep him alive and all that junk. But Jack starts killing cops and is nearly getting away, except when he encounters, oh shit, that ghost man that they were talking about? Batman? Yep, he's here. They get into an altercation. At one point, a pipe is bursted and causes Jack to receive several face wounds and gets knocked over a railing. Batman tries to save him, but nope, he drops into pea soup. That's what happens. Oh, you think he drowned? Nope, he's actually alive, and his skin turned white and his hair is green. Okay, so right after this guy nearly dies, Bruce Wayne and Vicky Vale decide to go on a date. They're all cute and junk. And intercut between this is, Jack Napier dude? Yeah, he goes to an illegal surgeon, gets his face all medically mutilated because, shrapnel. And the infamous mirror smashing scene occurs where apparently he gets 7 years of bad luck. That's great. Right after the surgery, he gets upsetty spaghetti and decides to murder his boss, and he went to the courthouse apparently and got a name change. Oh, bitch, his name is the Joker now. Okay, that's great. Right after he shoots up his boss, he's just like, oh no, now I'm the boss now. And he zaps the guy to death because he said no to him. He also decides to one by one kill off all the other people in the room, which, okay. Cool, bro. After this, Vicky Vale decides to stalk Bruce Wayne around, trying to find out to see, what's up with this billionaire. And, stalks him after he goes to drop off roses after where his parents were slain, which, cool, very cool job. Very nice. Good job to you. Hey, yeah, that corrupt cop from earlier? Oh, yeah, he dies because pen was mightier than sword. Intermittently cut between the scenes of, Vicky Vale doing detective work on Batman, which now the detectives are apparently doing. Joker more or less develops a crush, or as I like to call it, a Joner, if you will, patent pending, and decides that he's gonna try to, suit up and meet the lady. By the way, we'll talk about his mistress that caused him to become the Joker in a minute. That's great. So Joker's next plan, great thing, is he decides to poison makeup, and yeah, that's it. He poisoned makeup, a few people die, and the news anchors are ugly. That's it. After the whole entire makeup thing, Vicky Vale decides to try to meet Bruce Wayne at a museum, and yeah, no, he didn't set that up. It's actually Joker. He's there, he poisons a bunch of people through the air vents, destroys a few paintings, and we get to see his lovely mistress that he apparently turned into art by, boiling her skin or something like that. Yeah, it's kind of gross, not gonna lie. Batman comes in there and stops that whole shit because, creepy. He leaves, and Joker apparently wants his toys, as we see from the dialogue. After the whole entire painting date thing, they're tracked down by Joker's men, where Batman gets the shit beaten out of him, nearly unmasked, until Vicky decides to say, oh crap, I forgot the flare, and she gets shot out. After his ass beating, he decides to kick a guy who has two swords for some reason. It's a weird scene. Just a guy with two swords, and he kicks him in the face. Batman takes Vicky Vale back to the man cave and tells her, hey, the makeup is the makeup it's not the makeup, it's the makeup combination that's killing people. So he gives her a list, and she spreads it to the police and all that junk. After the whole entire makeup thing they talk about, she knocks out, she gets passed out, and she wakes up in her apartment, and apparently Batman decided to grab the film from her bra, which the bad Batman, perfect. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? She was unconscious. Not cool. Vicky, being obviously weirded the fuck out by Bruce because he keeps on bailing on her. They decide to talk at her apartment. Bruce is about to tell her that, you know, oh dear God, he wears leather and pretends to be a bat. Joker pops in. Batman screams, "Let's get nuts."
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
And then nearly fucking dies after he, like, Back to the Future 3's himself, which if you haven't seen Back to the Future 3, spoilers, but this happens. And Joker leaves. Vicky looks over to Bruce, where Bruce is supposed to be. Oh shit, he's gone. And then they both leave. And then next scene. And then, you know that mistress that I talked about earlier? Yeah, it's implied that Joker fucking killed her. And then he smashes the mask like a dick. That's it. That's her whole character arc. She lived, got acid, death. After this, Joker goes on air with normal skin makeup and reveals to everyone that, hey, I'm going to be holding a concert with Prince, apparently, and I'm going to be throwing down a shit ton of money. Come out and collect it. And then after that, we get a flashback with Bruce Wayne where he reveals that Jack Napier was the person that shot him because he said, did you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? And then younger Jack Napier said, hey, did you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? Which, okay, cool. And then right after this flashback, Alfred is a G, and he decides to, you know, invite Vicky Vale to the manor and Batcave, revealing that Bruce Wayne is a Batman and all that junk. You know, cool. Bruce Wayne and Vicky talk, and he realizes, hey, I gotta go blow up Axis Chemicals for no fucking reason. I can't remember why he does that in the movie. He just does. Joker encounters him, calls him Birdman, which is a great movie with Michael Keaton in it. It's actually kind of cool, not gonna lie. That's kind of weird that he calls him Birdman, and then Michael Keaton would later go on to be in Birdman. I thought that was cool. After this, the infamous scene with all the Prince music in the parade and Prince music that, of course, was mentioned. Lego Batman. Money gets thrown around. Joker is the life of the fucking party, and Batman just goes no. And then we learn that Joker pulled a stunt from the Amazing Spider-Man and drops a bunch of gas from a balloon onto everyone. It's the Joker gas, and Batman decides to swoop in and cut the balloon and all that junk. And then we get the really cool scene where it's Batman and the moon. Pretty cool. After the whole entire balloon and moon thing, Batman tries to shoot Joker with fucking missiles, misses, and then Joker pulls out a cartoonishly oversized long barrel and fucking shoots down the Batwing. Yeah, that happens. He basically kidnaps Vicky Vale and brings her up to the cathedral. After Batman decides to pop in, fight a few people, there's a guy with knives on his feet, which that's kind of cool. And then him and Joker fight, and then he says, hey, I'm not going to kill you, even though he literally just dropped a guy from a fucking, even though, you know, he tried to shoot him with missiles, and then he dropped a bitch from the bell, and he probably died, not gonna lie. Yeah, he probably he's dead. No, he's dead. I declare it now. I am the coroner. He's dead. Batman and Joker fight. Joker nearly has the upper hand and tries to, you know, knock his fingers off of the ledge of the cathedral. He nearly gets away by a helicopter, except Batman decides to latch a fucking gargoyle onto, and he drops to his death, smiling and laughing the whole time. After this, Vicky Vale and Bruce Wayne kind of make up and all that stuff. You know, they're all good and all that shit. They'll probably forget about it in the next movie. And the city of Gotham gets a huge nightlight for some fucking reason in the shape of a bat. The end. Now, that was just my monotone oversimplification of the plot. I really did enjoy the movie. It was really cool seeing Tim Burton's adaptation of what Gotham would look like. Of course, Michael Keaton does an amazing job as Batman, of course, even though it's sad they didn't return for the whole entire quadrilogy, but, you know, if we'll talk about those movies, talk about later. Jack Nicholson was, of course, the hype of the movie. Kim Basinger's performance as Vicky Vale was pretty solid, not gonna lie. She was overall, like, a very strong side character, or lead, as you interpret the film. Alfred is also an amazing character. His actor actually stays around for the entirety of the quadrilogy, which invites that George Clooney and Michael Keaton, Batman, are the same Bat people, and then Val Kilmer and Batman are the same Bat people, which it's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, that's very weird that I realized it, because it's 3 sequels. Keaton returns for the first sequel. Val Kilmer is the Batman in the Batman Forever, and George Clooney is the Batman in Batman and Robin, but Alfred is the same one in every single one of them, which implies a weird continuity, but I love it. My only major problem with it is, first off, there's a weird disconnect between some of the plot threads. Like, I feel like some of the stuff is out of sync, like some stuff should happen before other things, or some of it should have been cut out entirely. It's weird. It just doesn't feel finished. You know, they could have won it over at least one more time. Another thing I really hate was not seeing, and this is kind of just like for future reference, Billy D. Williams as Two-Face. That would have been amazing to see. In the Lego Batman movie, he did get the voice Two-Face, but I would have loved seeing that. I'm not gonna lie. It could have been cool if we saw Billy D. Williams and Jim Carrey in the same movie. I think that'd be neat. Majorly overall, some of the, and it's it's weird for me to say this. The way that they treat some of the female characters throughout the movie, like, let me explain. Like, Vicky Vale is constantly treated as sort of like a sex object, I guess. Like, of course, she's like independent stuff, but the whole entire film is a just gigantic love triangle. Joker longing after Vicky Vale, which is, I wouldn't assume that from Joker, but okay. And then there's, of course, the mistress that caused Joker to, you know, become Joker because he was sent to Axis Chemicals, where she's sprayed in the face with acid, implying that she quote unquote had an accident. It's just overall very weird. I don't know. Now, would I say this was as good as I remember it? No, I would say definitely not, especially with, like I said, how they treated a lot the story beats and all that stuff and the female characters. But I would have to say I appreciate it more now because, first off, everyone's performance in it was way better than I remember. Like, Jack Nicholson is legendary in this role. Michael Keaton is amazing as Batman, and of course, as I said, Vicky Vale's actor is amazing. But I also enjoy it because it shows us a less serious, more cartoony version of Batman with it still having serious elements in it. And it's kind of cool to think about this is because it's been confirmed that Batman the Animated Series took inspiration from this because it's both a cartoony portrayal of Batman, but it also has serious things to it. And people love Batman the Animated Series, and people love this movie, and I understand that completely. So yeah, that is my overall thoughts and opinion on this. I don't know when this is going to come out in the timeline, but hope y'all enjoyed. I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I love your face. Make sure not to die, and I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
You know, I was just going to suggest you do that.